What we realized as those partnerships began to grapple with how to build that capacity, that we needed to be more precise in helping you in this business of community change management. You're not just getting partnerships together to share ideas, to swap some services. You're coming together because you are really trying to go through a repetitive set of steps to take shape, to take aim, set your goals, to really take stock of what's happening in your communities, what the intent is, to turn that into targeted actions that you want to take and be specific about which partners are taking which actions, and then obviously to track and report progress. And that you're going to do that over and over again. These are repetitive or recurring steps that are happening. We can come into any community and you may have already think that you've done those steps. But by starting to look at standards, to ask whether those steps are really complete, we start to address the fact that even though you think you're running at half speed. So that's the work that we've begun to do. As we've done that work, we have recognized that both in communities and across the country, this idea of sort of big picture planning and change management is happening simultaneously at many levels. It's happening at the neighborhood level where you've got Promise Neighborhood or Choice Neighborhood initiatives that are going on. It's happening in your single issue coalitions that are in every community, whether they're about substance abuse, teen pregnancy, grade level reading, obesity, youth violence. Some of these are initiatives that have been brought into you, challenged by national organizations. Some of them are initiatives you just started yourselves. We've got provider networks around out-of-school time that are working strong and getting stronger, and you'll hear more from them tomorrow. We've got population focus groups, whether we're working at one end of the pipeline on opportunity youth or the other end on success by 6, or anywhere in the middle around middle grade success. And then we've got these new things that we're trying to build, these overarching cradle-to-career leadership councils, whether you're following the P20 model, the Stride Network model, at the state level, and sometimes at the county level, you're putting together children's cabinets or children's commissions. Doesn't matter what we call it. Those are the kind of things that are being built in communities. Those are the kind of networks that exist in communities. And the challenge that we have is figuring out and understanding how we build the capacity of all of them to do community level change management, because they're all in the same business. We're all in the same business. So what's really exciting for me about this meeting, this gathering that we have, is it's an opportunity for you to bring teams from your communities, but it's also an opportunity for us to intersperse the groups that we work with at all of these levels. So you have folks here from children's cabinets, folks here from neighborhood coalitions, from youth service provider networks, and we want you to make sure that you interact with each other and understand that you're in the same business. And what is that business? When we take shape, what we're doing is really, in our communities, thinking about how we get structural alignment between all of those different initiatives. In an average sized community, let's say a community of 200,000, when we go in and actually start to ask and map what's going on, 50, 75, 90 different coalitions, initiatives, task forces, work groups, permanent bodies that have been put together to work on some issue at some level. And you may have a, parting understanding of who each other are, but actually getting data, not just about your name, but the who, what, where, when, why, how of these entities starts to give us really valuable information that lets us align and create a structure. And I'll show you a picture of Atlanta's structure in a minute. And then we're really taking aim, which is really about aligning goals. And this isn't about everybody does everything. It's about everybody understands what their role is in moving towards a shared set of goals that we can measure and that we can track, and takes accountability for the pieces that they can do best. Taking stock is really about shared diagnosis, and this is where having all of those different partnerships and networks come together is so important, because you have different views. When you target action, excuse me, you're looking for those mutually reinforcing activities if you've been reading the collective impact language. And then obviously if you're tracking progress, what you're looking for are opportunities to have shared measurement that has value for your individual networks, it has value at the community level. All of that means that we're focused on bringing you standards for what good looks like, not just what young people look like when they're ready, but what communities look like when they're really ready to support and serve young people, to help them be ready for college, work, and life, and what it looks like to really have that leadership capacity. Solutions to help you improve, and then opportunities to really measure success and report on success. This is the beginning of an industry. We have all been in the passionate business of trying to change the odds for young people, but we are rapidly shifting towards being in a more precise business. And that's what this is about.